The purpose of this video is to answer a question that I get asked often, which is, what is foreclosure mediation? If you are a subscriber to my page, welcome back. If not, subscribe, like the videos, and make sure you feel comfortable sharing your experience or asking a question below. I always like to hear from you guys, and it does help other homeowners to have you guys kind of sharing what's been going on for you. So foreclosure mediation is a process given to homeowners in Washington under a law called the Foreclosure Fairness Act. If you are a homeowner in Washington going through mortgage default issues or potential mortgage default issues, this might apply to you. If you're in a different state other than Washington, you might still have a foreclosure mediation option given to you by your state law. So you'll want to kind of look into that and touch base with an attorney in your state. It might be a similar process. I know for a fact that a few other states do provide some sort of process like this, but foreclosure mediation in terms of what I'm talking about right now are for homeowners in Washington state. So the Foreclosure Fairness Act regulates a few things. One of the big things it does is it gives homeowners who are eligible and at a certain point at the foreclosure timeline this option to require that their bank show up at mediation. There are other videos posted with more specifics around how to know if you're eligible, how to know if your bank is eligible. Watch those videos if you have specific questions. This video is just going to tell you kind of what foreclosure mediation is and what foreclosure mediation is not. So foreclosure mediation is a process, meaning it's not related to one particular type of thing that you're asking your bank for. The purpose of foreclosure mediation, as kind of stated by the Department of Commerce, is to help homeowners avoid foreclosure. That is the point of it. That is what the government is trying to do by giving us this process. They're trying to say we would prefer that homeowners execute some sort of agreement with their bank so that they don't have to go through the kind of emotionally painful and oftentimes expensive foreclosure process. So what that means is it's not for one particular thing. If you want a loan modification, if you want a repayment plan, if you want to save the home, you can go through the mediation process. If you want to do a short sale, if you want to do an equity sale, if you want to do a deed in lieu, you can go through the foreclosure mediation process. The process refers to just a conversation between yourself, your advocate, the bank, their advocate, and a mediator about what your options are to avoid foreclosure. So it's not just for people who want to go or for people who want to stay. It's a broader conversation around what's available to you. So if you are eligible for mediation and your bank is eligible, you would have an advocate at the beginning. It's either going to be a housing counselor or an attorney, and they would file this mediation request for you. And you would move forward likely with your advocate, your attorney, or your housing counselor. The bank would also have an attorney, and then there would be a mediator in the middle. And there's many more videos posted around the specifics of the process once you file, but that's kind of the parties involved. And then you would move forward discussing what's available to you. If you have a good advocate, your advocate will be saying to you, what's your top choice option? And they will be pushing for that first for you. And the mediator involved is a neutral third party, right? They're hired by the Department of Commerce. They are there to make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're there to make sure that everybody is complying with time frames that are required, that everybody is communicating productively, and that the review, whatever it may be, is moving forward. So unlike going to court, unlike suing your bank, the mediator is not really an adjudicator. They're not a judge. They're not listening to both sides and then like handing down a decision. Their job is to make sure that both parties are providing what needs to be provided, both parties are complying with the requirements of the statute, and that everything is ultimately going well. So that's kind of the role of the mediator. If you're somebody who's looking for kind of a more aggressive process, and you might be somebody who would rather go through litigation, mediation is generally viewed as an alternative to litigation. It's less expensive, it's less high maintenance, and it's a little bit just overall less intense. But if you're one of those people who really believes you have a predatory loan and something has gone very wrong, you know, it might be better for you to go to a litigator, or at least just have a conversation with an attorney who does all of these things to find out which option might be best for you. So again, mediation is a process. For eligibility requirements and other information, watch the other videos. But basically, it's a conversation. It's an ongoing conversation where the goal of the conversation is that both parties come to an alternative to foreclosure to help you. So as I practiced this type of law for almost 10 years at this point. I've negotiated all sorts of agreements to stay in the home and just resume making normal payments like a loan modification, as well as agreements to exit the home, as well as agreements for time. And this is something that doesn't get talked about in much detail, but sometimes you know you're going to exit the home, but you need additional time. Mediation is also a process where you can discuss time. So foreclosure mediation is not limited to one particular goal. It really is an overall conversation for homeowners who are at a point in the process where they need to have that conversation. Best of luck to you. Other videos here will give you more specifics. Keep watching, and if you think you might be eligible for mediation in Washington and want to just go over that option, give me a call. Thanks.